Hello, my name is Joshua Jackson, and this is my introduction for EDL 856. I grew up in northwest Kansas on a farm. I still farm a little bit with my parents who still live there. I got my bachelor's from Bethany College here in Kansas, my master's in music from Kansas State University, and I have been teaching for 16 years in Kansas public schools in various locations around the state. I have been married for 8 years to my wife Janelle, who I met in college at Bethany. She also played the clarinet in the band. And we now have 5 kids, 2 sets of twins. These are my children. We have Addie and Jessa. They were my first set of twins. Ellie, my oldest. She is now just a little over 3 years old. And my latest 2 additions, Catherine, I call her Cat, and Junior. He's the only boy. In school, I teach music preschool through 12th grade. This is my first year in Chase, Kansas. I was previously in Elkhart, Kansas, and then before there it was Jetmore, and then Lewis, and then Osborne, and then Russell, and then my first teaching job was in Solomon. So like I've said, I've been all over the state. Communication is a part of working with music. Teaching and modeling how the students need to present themselves for public performances is a daily part of my job and a part of the music standards, especially under the new Kansas and national arts standards. Now, school guidelines, whenever it comes to communicating with the community, parents, and so forth, there aren't any specific guidelines, just general policies. Phone calls are the most recommended. However, I can say that most parents are not readily available during the school day to take a phone call, and texts and emails seem to be the most effective way to get a ready response back from parents, which is why the school district uses email, phone, and texts blasts, which is if they have an update, they send out a bit of information, which automatically calls your phone and gives you this automated message, which is the exact same as the email that they sent you simultaneously, and the text that you will get on your phone. And that information all comes through at approximately the same time. These are usually the same as the updates that they post then on Facebook and the district website. After that point, it is phone calls and emails coming from either the school, which each teacher has their own phone, so you can call from your classroom, which is a very nice convenience, and emails. Then, of course, sending home an old-fashioned letter and in-person meetings, if you can arrange a time when everyone can get there at the same time, and that always seems to be an issue. We are a Google school, which means they encourage the Google Classroom, and they have all the students set up with a Google account starting in junior high, 6th grade. However, speaking from experience, I can say that the students and parents may or may not respond to or even check those email addresses and so forth. I personally have not purchased any others. However, in the past, I have used the Remind app, which is very good at sending out mass texts, and it allows the parents to send back texts to a number that is linked up with the app, so we're not giving out our personal cell phone information, and it also allows us to access it on both a computer and our cell phone and so forth. So it is actually quite nice. I liked that. And I have worked with districts that purchased Classroom Dojo in the past, and I enjoyed working with that program as well. I found that a lot of the parents and students actually were able to access it much easier, and it provided a lot more security as far as communications and actually being able to send home documents and provide other information. But we do not have that available at this school at this time, nor do I believe we will be getting it in the near future because of cost. The information given in these readings that we had for this module definitely reiterated to me the importance of how to build introductions and give more information about myself and build those initial communications. I also feel that I am not as effective at this as I probably should be. However, obviously, the issue of getting nervous in front of cameras and feeling that I am not an overly great speaker probably doesn't help. It did, however, give me a lot of information on how I could attempt to try to build that, and I think that the best way would probably be practice. Just do more and more and more of it, and you get better and better, hopefully. The methods I might use to introduce myself in a new district would be having a short bio that I could send out or post or put with all the information packets at enrollment time, and equally posted on the district website so that it would be readily available to people. This would need to also include a picture of myself and some simple information that would help them get to know me a little bit better and know where I might be coming from. Also, a video presentation much like this would probably be an additional good way to get information out so that people feel like they have a little better understanding of you before they actually meet you. Ironically, none of these things were done whenever I moved into this new district because there were some other issues going on in my personal life, and I did not feel like it would be a good idea to put a huge amount of information out right away. There are no specific district strategic policies for communication that are known at this time. Simple general recommendations, and it's pretty much on a case-by-case basis, depending on who you're trying to communicate with, depending on what it is you're trying to communicate, would determine what kind of mode of transportation would be the most recommended. And again, we are talking about a poverty type district where not everyone has access to every form of communication that is available. In conclusion, the correlation to the standard that was given is the video is a demonstration of digital, written, and oral means that could be used in communicating specifically with any of the communities that would be affected within the school district, the greater community at large, the student population, the staff population, or external districts that you might be working with for league purposes or regional meets or whatever would be occurring that could occur during a given school year, which would be all of the above. Now, relevance, it is good to be informed and improve on introductions to start conversations on a positive note. You'd think that I'd be getting better at this, but Every time I feel like I'm starting out on page 1. All of this encouraged more time to be spent on making the initial contacts with the community, something that, again, I really kind of dropped the ball on this time, and I will be trying to play catch up, and have been trying to play catch up ever since. How has this made me better? It has given me quite a bit more information, and yet again another opportunity to work on improving my coherency whenever it comes to actually making and giving such presentations and practicing these introductions, which is highly important. Outside of that, I would say practice is important to make you more proficient. So, has it had an impact? Definitely. The implication? I need a lot more practice. Does this information give me any more motivation towards that? Yes. And at the same time, no, because it's information that I have been hearing and working at, and it really seems to depend on the circumstances whether or not a person is better or worse at such communications. Really, it's about passion, I have found. Has it made me better? Yes. How? By making me practice again and again and again. Thank you for your time.